It is the biggest political realignment in a long time. 6 regional satraps, all enemies at one time, have come together to form a new political outfit. What unites them? At one stage, they were friends, leaders of the so-called Janata Parivar, JDU, Samajwadi Party, RJD, JDS, Indian National Lok Dal, and the Samajwadi Janata Party have all come together and announced the formation of what really is an anti-Modi front. Their immediate target: how do we win the battle for Bihar later this year? Lalu Prasad and Nitish Kumar are on one platform. Will this really work? Will this new Janata Parivar really remain a Parivar? That's our top political story.
छह दलों के नेताओं की बैठक में नए दल के गठन का निर्णय लिया गया।
Janata Parivar is back again. 6 erstwhile Janata parties join hands to build a grand anti-Modi front.
जिस तरह से चीटिंग करके देश के मतदाताओं को भरमा के बैठे हैं और देश में कम्युनलाइज देश को कर रहा है चारों तरफ।
The new Janata Parivar will be led by Mulayam Singh Yadav. The name of the new outfit and the poll symbol will be decided later.
श्री मुलायम सिंह यादव से विचार विमर्श करके नीति वक्तव्य, चुनाव चिन्ह, नाम, झंडा, संगठन आदि पर निर्णय लेंगे।
अब हम लोगों ने एका किया और विश्वास रहा ये एका बहुत मजबूत रहेगा और देश की जनता की भावनाएं हैं, उन भावनाओं को पूरा करेंगे।
The group is likely to inherit the SP flag and its electoral symbol of the bicycle. Some constituents favor retrieving the original Janata symbol of the wheel. The new front is expected to pose a major hurdle to the government in the Rajya Sabha, where it has a combined strength of 30 seats. The anti-Modi alliance is also likely to pose a stiff challenge to the Modi-led BJP in Bihar, which is going to polls later this year. But even before the Janata Parivar could take a proper shape, there were visible cracks in the grand anti-Modi group.
बिहार में नीतीश कुमार को मुख्यमंत्री बनाने के लिए आप तैयार होंगे?
भाई ये तो सारी बातें हम कैसे बोल देंगे?
आपसे बड़े नेता
कोई भी बड़े नेता कौन बनेगा? नीतीश में भी या किसी में कोई कमी है क्या?
होंगे कि नहीं नीतीश कुमार?
अरे क्या होंगे नहीं होंगे अभी क्या बोलते हैं?
On the other hand, the BJP has termed the Janata Parivar reunion as opportunistic.
4 परिवार 6 परिवार इकट्ठा होकर पार्टी बना लेते हैं। 4 दल इकट्ठा होकर के एक दल बना लिया। दिल इकट्ठा है नहीं, दिल है नहीं।
More than meeting of minds of senior leaders, it is the merger of interest at the cadre level which will be the biggest challenge for this coalition. With camera person Lokendra, Brijesh Pandey for Headlines Today.
So the big question, is this purely driven, this anti-Modi alliance driven by rank opportunism, is a question that we want to ask at the moment. Joining me now on my panel, Ajay Alok, he is of the Janata Dal United. I am also joined by Manoj Jha, who's been a supporter of the RJD. Dr. Manisha Priyam, political analyst with us here. And also Sambit Patra of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let me get a sense. Is this all about opportunism, or is this an alliance which is based on some kind of principles? Manoj Jha, can I tell you the things that your leader Lalu Prasad Yadav has said about Mulayam Singh in the past? He has accused Mulayam of being a BJP agent. He has accused him of being a liar. He has described Nitish Kumar as an opportunist on June 15, 2013. He has said, why did Nitish host RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat? He has called it a group of opportunists in the past. He has said Nitish Kumar is a dictator. I will throw him out of power. These are words that have been used in the past. Can such an alliance last, for God's sake, Mr. Manoj Jha?
Rajdeep,
yes.
Precisely for the reason what you have listed, that what like you spoke about Mulayam Singh or Mulayam Singh spoke about Laluji or Nitish spoke about Laluji or Laluji spoke about Nitish. You know, people also have their archival memory. Even leaders have their archival memory. This alliance is happening in spite of that. And this is the beauty of this alliance, this merger, Rajdeep. That we have two options.
The beauty of it is in the rank of
no. Rajdeep, let me tell you. In UPA tenure, people talked about poverty or poor people. They were populist. In NDA tenure of Ms. Modi, the avatar of the great development avatar, if you talk about poverty and poor people, you are anti-development, and some even go to the extent of calling you anti-national. Should we allow, would we have agreed to allow this political discourse to become the central discourse? We decided to have a big no. We decided to have a big no. Rajdeep, and second thing, 82% of the primetime discourses in last 10 months, Rajdeep, has been against the spirit of the constitution. We have constricted history.
Where did you get this figure?
Each other.
Where did you get a figure that 82% of the primetime discourse has been against the constitution of this country? Where did you get this figure? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? I asked you a simple question, sir. Is this an alliance of foes who have turned friends because of the fear of Modi? You have a single point fear. Narendra Modi is your Gabbar Singh.
Rajdeep, let me tell you, we don't believe in attributing Mr. Modi virtues which he doesn't have. We don't oppose Modi ji for who he is, for what he represents. He represents a very classic case of crony capitalism. He represents a case where when you talk about pro-pure policies, Sensex goes down. I think these are the reasons we oppose Mr. Modi and his politics.
So it's
let me tell you about the issue you said.
Yes.
Who gave you that figure? As a student, we have worked, and that shall be very soon in the public domain.
Okay,
82% of the debate in last 10 months have been on Ghar Wapsi, Love Jihad, fight against each other, or Azam Khan, or Sakshi Maharaj. What kind of nation are we building?
1 minute. Let's focus on the issue. The issue I have, in a sense, deflecting from that is one, whether this is an opportunist or ideological. Ajay Alok, can I also tell you what Mulayam Singh said about Lalu Prasad? 31st December 2013. वो लालू यानी लालू कांग्रेस के तलवे चाट रहे हैं, उसकी चापलूसी कर रहे हैं. Then in March 2004, when General Parvez Musharraf described Lalu as an artist of a politician, Mulayam said Lalu is at best a joker. What is going on? This is not past history of 25 years ago. This is last 10 years. What kind of an alliance have you formed? Your own party said that Lalu brought Jungle Raj to Bihar. Today, Nitish Kumar is tying up with the person who brought Jungle Raj to Bihar.
First of all, Rajdeep, if you talk of immediate past, the immediate past is that the Lalu Yadav and Mulayam Singh Yadav have become relatives. Now, if you talk of Jungle Raj, it was our party and it was Mr. Nitish Kumar who never spoke Jungle Raj. Instead, we said Atank Raj. So those are the things of the past.
Sir, Atank Raj, Jungle Raj, let's be honest, when Nitish Kumar spoke out against Lalu Prasad, he got a big majority because he said, I am going to throw Lalu and his family out. Now the same Nitish Kumar is sharing a stage. What has changed? Only change I see is the rise of Narendra Modi. That's the only change I am seeing.
See, it's not a rise of Narendra Modi. It's not only the matter of the rise of Narendra Modi. What was felt, what was the need of the hour? The need was of the hour when we saw that by just bagging 31% of vote, they are getting 282 seats. And that's the reason why it happened, because there was splitting of votes. So it was decided that let's not split the votes.
So it is an anti-Modi alliance.
This alliance had to happen.
It's an anti-Modi alliance.
See, it always happens. Okay. It's nothing. It's anti-BJP. It's anti-BJP. What do you say?
It's anti-BJP.
The country has seen anti-Congressism.
Let me just take that.
Anti-Congressism in 1987, and at that point of time, BJP was with us. And today the country is seeing a phenomena of anti-BJP, and today the Congress is with us. So there's nothing new to the Indian politics.
Okay.
This always happens.
It always
whenever there is a government which is in totalitarian and it behaves in an arbitrary manner without consulting the opposition, just keep on taking decisions by the ordinance, one has to form a front, and this is what has happened.
Okay,
and
can I get just a minute?
Together, we are all from the same family.
You're all from the same family. It's a very strange family that you have that fights, abuses each other one day and then becomes friends the next. But Sambit Patra, while the Janata Parivar may be opportunist, the fact is that they pose you now a formidable challenge. Purely in arithmetic terms, it is advantage Janata Parivar. They have the arithmetic. Mr. Modi may claim he has the chemistry, but the arithmetic is increasingly, particularly in that big Bihar election now, with the opposition. They've found out the secret formula. Unite to defeat Modi.
I'll tell you one thing, Rajdeep. Chemistry is always more powerful than arithmetic, because within a whiff of second, chemistry can change the arithmetics, and we have seen it happen in Uttar Pradesh as well. But a few very important thing, as far as this union is concerned, I mean the kind of union that we are talking about, the Janata Parivar, sometimes certain things are best explained by an idiom in Hindi, marta kya nahi karta. And it is quite evident, these people who are bickering against each other quite openly in the public today, saying that they're Parivar. And they call, my friend Ajay Alok was explaining that this is a fantastic front. I would remind Mr. Ajay Alok by saying that this is not a front, this is rather a back which is taking country backwards. I mean, today I was listening to the press conference of Mr. Lalu Yadav, and Mr. Lalu Yadav was very emphatically and arrogantly saying, BJP ko girana hai, BJP ko girana hai. That is a fear factor speaking, definitely. But look, वो कौन लोग हैं जो बीजेपी को गिराना चाहते हैं? Who are the people who have assembled to see to it that development is not ushered in the country? Number one, Lalu Prasad Yadav, the first disqualified member of parliament of this country. Number two, Mr. Chautala, who is behind the bar. Number three, Mr. Nitish Kumar, who has umpteen times resigned from the post and has not gained anything for Bihar. And we had all seen kind of inflated.
He was your chief minister.
Definitely, he was our chief minister.
Nitish Kumar,
he was our chief minister. He was our chief minister, but we had seen.
He was your hero. You joined him with Vikas Purush.
Ajay, I was
and today you are telling you're just forgetting everything.
Okay, just a minute. Sambit, just a minute.
You're making an objection.
No. Sambit,
Can I complete my point?
Yes, please complete.
Yes. He may have been our chief minister, but what happened to his inflated ego was quite evident, and the country saw that the result of inflated ego was complete loss of JDU. So naturally, corruption, ego, do not have place in right kind of politics. This is the desperation of all these parties to merely stay in existence.
Now you made your point. Sambit, you made your point. You say it's a desperate alliance of discredited people. Manisha Priyam, is it more than that? Is it a desperate alliance of discredited politicians, or is it an alliance which has realized Indian politics is changing and you need to unite to take on the Modi challenge? And thereby, they are being pragmatic. What someone may call opportunist, others will say it's a pragmatic alliance.
Two things. Let me move away from personality clash that we've had for so long on the program.
Yes.
Look at the ground beneath. Can you find one Pichhada, one Dalit in the alliance? So look at what has changed for Bihar. The math clearly is not a math of unit. It's a math of fractions. If you get down to the streets in Bihar, away from this kind of unity that you can see here on the in the voices of the party leaders, you will find small caste fragments have opened up their front. There's a Sahni Samaj, there is a Baradri Muslim Samaj, so many fronts that even I have to go back and say, I need to be an MN Srinivas of the society. Therefore, amongst the Ati Pichhadas, amongst the backwards, there is a contest and struggle. We've got these pretend leaders who are saying we've got the ideology with us. A Mulayam Singh does not cut even one constituency. Now, so there is this faction. Besides that, there is the issue of the desperation of the solid block of Muslim votes. Remember, the Muslims here.
But the Muslims could unite. The Muslims have been looking for an alternative. Now Nitish and Lalu are saying we will not divide the vote. We want to unite.
And
is it pragmatic politics on their part?
It is pragmatic, but also their desperation in the sense that this Muslim is largely a working class, laboring poor. That's the tag you attach to them. So their desperation, they will not go with the BJP.
They want to win an election.
And here's the front
They want to win an election.
So here's the front that says that I've got this captive, anyhow put the front together, but behind this facade, the Ati Pichhadas have gone away. So we have at our hands a bitter struggle in which we will find that factions of the poorest amongst this country will fight against each other and align or pit their votes against one or the other formation.
That's an interesting way to put it from a sociological perspective. But Manoj Jha, is this simply about the desperation for survival? At the end of the day, politics is about survival. This is all about survival. That Lalu knows today that his political career is no longer what it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. Nitish Kumar is struggling to retain his relevance. Mulayam Singh is facing a challenge in Uttar Pradesh. Is this alliance which has come together out of sheer desperation to survive? It's a survival game, even though the ground is changing in Bihar.
Rajdeep, I that would be a very assessment of how people react, how we look at politics. Rajdeep, I wish to be completely honest on this channel that this is not about survival. This is about survival of ideas. This is about the survival of core issues.
Which is the idea? Which is the idea? Please see the one idea. No, no, please tell me what is this? Why this alliance represents? What is that idea?
Rajdeep, people like me and thousands and millions of people like me came into politics, joined RJD to represent anti-writing socialist policy. In a few months I've seen talking about socialism, people tell you that you are outdated. You are poverty, utilitarian. I think if this becomes the central discourse of a nation where 3/4 of my population still waits for I think this is not a good position.
You're saying this alliance is coming together to bring together the socialists because you believe this country in a sense has been captured, to use your words, crony capital. That's what you seem to be suggesting. You use the word.
Socialism in
new socialism
in neoliberal era.
It's a new socialism in a new liberal era. Patra, that's the challenge which the RJD claims it is posing by bringing Lalu, Nitish and Mulayam on one platform.
Minus Dalit.
Though I never liked Mr. Lalu Yadav, but I have a liking for the spokesperson, Mr. Manoj Jha. And today when he talks of idea, I have something to offer to Mr. Manoj Jha.
Yes.
I mean, much speaks about the fact that they are coming together, not for power, but they are coming together for an idea. I would say that parties come together for an idea only when in the best of their health. You would have come together to work for socialism when all these parties, constituent 6 parties, were in the best of health. When you are dwindling in health, when you are dying, then you come together. It is called as coming together for desperation, coming together for opportunity. And that's what is happening. When you are in the best days, then the Nitish Kumar government should have left us, should have been with you. No, we do not want a right-wing government. We want socialism.
But you know, today, it's ironical. It's ironical that every political of the Janata variety is accused of opportunism. Ram Vilas Paswan, member of your government, was once abusive of Narendra Modi, was very critical of him. Now he's a member of the government. So maybe that's the nature of politics.
And that's where I would bring in the definition of word pragmatic. In politics, pragmatism is of prime importance. And that's where these 6 people, I mean the 6 parties have lost it out. They had been pragmatic.
So you believe on the wrong side of history. But Manisha, the point which is being made by Manoj Jha, that this is a question of the poor in some way. That the poor have come together. I don't know what is more. What is the poor that Lalu represents today? What is that Mulayam represents today, that Devagowda represents today?
You know, as much as Mr. Jha may be a socialist, yes, I've had enough experience of living the life of a socialist. For the first time, I can see that this is a politics of the pichdas without Ati Pichda there. I can't find a Ram Vilas Paswan, I can't find a Jitan Ram Manji, I find Mr. Kushwaha out of this. I find just one caste being very, very preponderant. For the life of me, I will not name it. I will definitely want to see some even fragments of the Ati Pichda in that. The socialist ideology as it existed in Bihar.
So you're saying the backwards and the Dalits have sort of been taken over by these dominant castes and a few leaders who claim to represent them.
The extremely backwards have abandoned the bandwagon of any kind of captive politics. And they are sitting by the side. At this point of time, Mr. Jitan Ram Manji, for example, I'm not claiming he's a great leader, but he's neither on this side nor on that. Mr. Paswan is with the NDA. So the captive leadership, that in a sense is gone. So here's a reincarnated socialism to which only these 6 or 7. I was appalled to see there are 6 Janata parties. What is that classic question that was asked of Jayaprakash Narayan when this party was coming together, and Mr. Yashwant Sinha asked him the question. He was taking over as private secretary to Mr. Karpuri Thakur then. JP, what is the glue that will bind them, that will bind them together? And JP told him, wait, power will bind them together. So now I'm waiting to see what's the glue that will bind these. Tell me one reason.
It's about power.
Yes. Tell me one reason Mr. Devagowda was holding the meetings at the time of the Lok Sabha elections. He was bringing just these very leaders together along with the left. Why did the alliance not happen then? Everybody knew the script on the wall, blocking Mr. Narendra Modi then. So when the time for the Bihar election comes, I see the alliance being stitched up.
Okay, so it is purely directed at the Bihar alliance, which leads me to my last question to you, Dr. Alok. Please tell me, who is going to be chief ministerial candidate for Bihar? Is it Nitish Kumar or not? Is he the face? Is Lalu the face?
Yeah, I'll answer to that. I'll answer to that, Rajdeep, but let me remind Manisha one more interesting thing, that in always the times of struggle, all the Samajwadis have been together. And let's not forget the historical fact that whenever the Samajwadis are together, we have toppled the government, we have changed the system.
And you break up,
unfortunately, after attaining the power, we are never together.
This is the sad historical part correlation,
and that is
not
why
something that history bears.
That's why this time it is going to be historical alliance and historical merger, because for the first time the binding force is there, and everybody had the
binding force is your fear of Modi. The binding force is your fear of Modi. If you lose your election in Bihar, you will not stay together.
The binding force is shedding of their personal egos and their personal aspirations, which always used to be a big problem for the Samajwadis.
Mrs. Lalu Yadav and Mr. Nitish
whenever they are together,
have fought it on the
change
floor
of
of
power
the House.
is going to happen.
On the floor of the House, those words have had to be expunged. Mrs. Lalu Yadav, the former Chief Minister, Mrs. Rabdi Devi, have slugged it out on the floor of the House. Those remarks have had to be expunged from the annals of that august House. Such has been the bitter enmity between the two sides. What kind of history do you want me to understand?
Okay, let's leave it at that. History clearly is expendable when
I just want to understand one thing, that if Samajwadis are getting together again, that has been the history in 1977, 1999, 1996, and again is going to happen again, that we are going to change the total formation of politics in this country. That is for sure.
And with this sole intention,
we have all come together and formed one done.
Okay, let's leave it there. Once you go into the history,
once you go into the past, there are many things that the India will suffer.
What you like is history.
There are a lot of things with every political party.
Let's leave it there. Clearly, there is much in history which you would like to cleanse and forget. But we will keep reminding you of history and then look forward to the future. I appreciate all my panelists joining us. My take: where do I stand on the Janata Parivar? The Janata Parivar is a strange animal that resurfaces in a new avatar every few years. It may not be desirable, but it almost seems inevitable that foes turn friends at election time. Clearly, the fear of Narendra Modi's rising clout have brought Nitish, Lalu and Mulayam on one platform. Bihar is make or break. Survival is the name of a political game where there are no permanent friends or enemies, only permanent interests.